Last video we put the tweeter and high mid in the left hand footwell when we were searching for some imaging and some depth, and today we're doing the right hand side. We have two rough positions we'll be trying today. It's a bit harder because of the accelerator pedal, but we're going to have a listen anyway. Look at my empty A-pillar. Pretty cool. Now we're going to go down to the footwell, and I've kept all the sand and dirt here because it makes it easier to see. That's my excuse anyway. This is an interesting place I found that gives me the best stage depth, clarity without too much fogging. Technically it's not 100% safe, but it's just something that I was working with just for listening. As you can see where all that tape goes, where all the wires are going up there temporarily, that's where I really want to try a tweeter / high mid position in here somewhere on this face. So I'm going to have to pull this panel out and give that a try. So that'll be like a more straight at you kind of feel. And this one here is, I'm getting off axis straight at me, and a lot of this tweeter energy is hitting this fuse box cover. So I've tried with and without the fuse box cover. It does clean it up a little bit. I also tried this in various different angles, coming off this door panel, like here and down here. So it was more like sort of in front of my foot really, and that wasn't that great because that was closest. I also noticed that this carpet and soundproofing that's from factory here is about 2.5 inches thick, so you could actually cut a speaker pod size and go down into the floor. So that position there gave me the best stage height because it had less coloration from a few other positions. But I think what also contributed to the stage height success of that was the fact that it was beaming up and becoming a bit more interactive with these panels here, whereas and the front window. And so when it was further back here, I was just being totally ridiculous, and I had it back there just for listening. A lot of that energy was getting lost here, and the stage height was just starting to fall when I did that, so probably here, and then that side was better, and you could actually just hear some sounds just starting to creep down here. And your centers are all very high still. The clarity and the staging and the positioning all comes down to how much interference you get, or how much non-direct sound is coming at you. So when I finally get a speaker pod in there, or eventually here or whatever, I'm going to just maybe put a layer of some absorbent materials in different places. This could be filled with very dense cotton or something. Make a nice trim panel. This could be replaced with a soft trim panel instead of being a hard trim panel. You can almost not see that it's a speaker. It's because it's got this grill on it. So there's tweeter up there, and the high mid tweeter, and that still survives all of the passenger obstructions, and it's very clean sound. And like I said, I was getting a good stage height about there and good positioning. Yeah, I was going to start this video off by showing you all of the measured marks I made down here in this messy footwell and a temporary speaker pod setup. Last video I had it facing up, and it was about 118 centimeters to the tweeter, and it's 120. So it's just like pulled out this panel to see if there's any more room, and there's only another couple of centimeters there. But just for stationary testing, so technically I could drive it out the driveway if I wanted to, but I probably won't. Very, very centered, very high. And then when this trumpet came in, unobstructed room sounds all halfway down the bonnet with the trumpet player roughly, where that bag is here. I wouldn't say past the bonnet, I'd say halfway down. But just the unobstructed room reverb sound, all at eye level. Very, very, very satisfying, and yet somehow still a little far away because of the whole, driving your car kind of crap. But I may as well finish off the measurement saga. I was talking about the distances to different places, so it's 106 from my ear. Currently that's at 120 centimetres from my ear. Where that thong was, it was where it was laying on the deck, facing up. That was about 118, because that's kind of a curve from the ear. Now, these positions up here, these are the ones of interest as far as kicks versus pillar. 88 to here, and this factory tweeter position is at 100 centimetres. And even if you could stick it in the dash pointing up at the window, it's only 115 tops to that last corner. So yeah, 120. And yeah, just for shits and giggles, the accelerator pedal, if I can line it up, is 134 centimetres from the ear. So if I could build a speaker built into the firewall coming out there's plenty of room to the ear hole up here. That would be extra depth. But this is incredible just there. Very, very unexpected. Yeah, and I've said I've still got to try the different tweeter types, and maybe start thinking about an enclosure that actually fits that kick panel, and then replicating its volume and shape, baffle shape over here specifically, just to point at me. Yeah, that's that one there. So, peekaboo. I think that little baffle on that little unit helps steer the sound wave, or build a front for that first, immediate near field, while it forms its wave pattern. And the fact that they're symmetrical units also helps. But now I've got the both as far as possibly can for this reasonable test, I've now proven beyond a doubt that having the extra 20 centimetres from anywhere on the dash down to the footwell, you still get your stage height, and you experience, I'm not going to say for everyone, a more satisfactory sound field, because you still have to experiment. You have to look for the one that has the least reflections. And I'm still going to put a little, thick wool collar around the sides of the baffle so it minimizes other reflections. So that's further down the line. I'll do a bit more listening. And I've had this one classical piece in my playlist for the last, 5-6 years. Just, bang it on kind of thing. I've never heard the air that far back. It's unbelievable. We should try something a little bit different.
Electricity so fine, no could dry your eyes.
guitar out here, just on the right, half mid right. So it's pinned. Like as if you've got an iron and just ironed the space flat. My favourite kind of tracks for testing your stereo match, as far as you hear the right and it sounds exactly right to the left, is mono tracks. And some tracks that are slightly stereo, but they're basically mono. So I've got a list called Basically Mono. So it's not in mono, but the song is mono. And the bass even goes a little bit left. And so I do my little microsecond time slip, and if it sounds like it's in more than a couple of places, then you haven't got the time slip right, and that's just temperature and humidity doing that. I'm moving a little bit now, and it starts to get pinned. Yeah, mono tracks are really good, and when something sounds definitely dead and you can't hear any other sound going anywhere else, then you know that you've got your tuning down pat, or your installation, which is where I think it's all at the moment.